I am Charity Ellison, Triple Diamond with It Works Global, and this is Millionaire School. Today's topic is something that I am absolutely crazy excited about. Ever since we started this crazy wrap business 2 years ago, whenever we go to sign a new distributor, I know that I always felt a little bit lost. And I know that a lot of our downline expresses to us that they feel lost because there's just so much great information when you first get started. And you sign that new DT and you really, really, really want to get them off to a bang, but there's so much information because once again, this is a business. So there's going to be all sorts of things you learn along the way. That's why we call it Millionaire School. But what we did is we sat down and went over some of the very most important topics that we have found that are the things that people need to know right when they get started. So this is going to be a DT checklist for your new distributor for you to utilize in their first 30 days. So we all know that the first 30 days of being a distributor is the most crucial. Your new distributor is incredibly excited. Your new distributor has a warm market with people that are excited to support them in their business. Your new distributor has 30 days to get their $120 of product credit. And if it's in a Ruby qualifying month, to get those 4 loyal customers to be Ruby qualified for the bonus. So the first 30 days are really, really super important. And so what we did is we went over the things that we think, once again, are the most important in those 30 days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull up this list here. Give me just a second to get it up. All right. Perfect. Now, if you have already subscribed to our email list, you will have already gotten this about 10 minutes ago. Now, I'm not suggesting you jump out of here and get into your emails to look, but just know that it should be in there waiting for you. If you have not subscribed to our email list and you want to be able to get this list we're about to go over, you just need to go to www.tonetightfirm.com/training. And again, we will go over that again at the end of Millionaire School. So as you can see, it is titled Your DT's First 30 Days. So this is not for you to give to your new distributor. This is for you to keep so that you can keep track of what that new distributor is doing and make sure that they're doing income generating activities and things that are going to help them to grow their business and not just getting lost scrolling on Facebook or getting discouraged. So we're going to start here. First of all, obviously, you need to put down your distributor's name. So that would just go here. The enrollment date, and then of course the placement of where you placed that distributor so that you can find them easily. Or also, you know, we really like to practice layered leadership with our team. So I always say I'm not in the business of signing distributors. I'm in the business of signing leaders. So when I sign someone, I let them know right away, you know, hey, you're going to have someone else that you're working with besides just me. Now, if they're going on your top line, or you're a new distributor and this is one of your first few distributors and you're not placing them throughout your tree, then obviously you would just write your own name down here. But for us, we've been in this business for 2 years, so I usually like to place my new distributors with my runners because they're running and I want to run with them. So I want to make sure that I put down the placement name. And then, of course, their ID number. You will be able to access that in the eSuite. But let's say that it's a really crazy busy day. You can't get in the eSuite. You're on the fly. Maybe you don't have Wi-Fi, but you've got this piece of paper with you. You know what their ID number is because I guarantee you they're going to say to you, what's my ID number? I can't remember. Then you've got, of course, their website down, and this is going to be important for you to know so that you guys can log onto that together and make sure that that website popped up. I have signed distributors in the past that thought their website was one name, had a loyal customer enroll through that name, and it wound up being the wrong distributor's website. So, you know, when we first get started, that myitworks.com website is kind of long. And so by writing that in here and just reiterating that to your distributor, you know, this is the name of your website, make sure that they've got it, make sure that it's correct, and that way you can also check to make sure that their picture and story's up, which we're going to go over in just a second. Then you've got your box over here for whether or not you got a fast start bonus on them. So once your distributor gains their first 2 loyal customers, whether you've put them there or they've put them there, and either get 150 PBV or run an 80 BV auto ship, you make $100. So you want to make sure that you check this box when that happens, and that way you can kind of keep track of who you've gotten a fast start bonus off as well. Next, we've got set up an 80 BV auto ship. That is law in our team. So you cannot run this business. You've got to be a product of the product. You cannot run this business without wraps. You cannot run this business without a personal story. You cannot run a restaurant without food. You cannot run an auto dealership without cars, and you cannot run a school without students. So things are required for each and every business. Ours is the 80 BV auto ship. And that's when I go over the importance of the 80 BV auto ship, why we have that. And I use those analogies because it makes it a little bit easier for them to understand. Now, let's say that you had a distributor signing up that was a stylist. You would say to them, you know, well, you can't run your salon without color. You can't run your salon without scissors. You can't run your salon without having retail products on the shelf. Put it in whatever terms they have according to a job they've done in the past, and they'll tend to get the 80 BV auto ship idea a little bit quicker. And then, of course, you've got their auto ship run date. Once again, you can find that in the eSuite. I just prefer using a sheet, something like this, because of the fact that I can just quick reference it really, really quickly. Next, we've got add them to the team page. Now, if you are a distributor and you are like, what is a team page? You need to connect with your enroller so that they can look into finding out who your diamond or double or triple presidential or ambassador upline is, because being added to a team page is absolutely pivotal. Your distributor is going to be able to ask questions when you're not available. They're going to get team support. Now, I am not advising you to add them to 22 different Facebook groups. I'm just advising you to add them to one team page. Don't overwhelm your distributor by adding them to a million groups, or they're going to get lost looking at groups and not doing income generating activities. Next, we've got a welcome collage. So this is something that we like to do for our team. We make up a little collage. We use a collage app called Moldiv, which if you need to know how to spell that, that is right down here. So that's Moldiv there. You can use Pick Collage, you can use whatever you want. We just use Moldiv because it seems to be the quickest, easiest, and most self-explanatory collage app. So we make a little welcome collage, and it usually just has their picture on it and says, you know, welcome Sarah to the team, so excited to have her. I will usually put a before and after picture on that welcome collage because I'm also going to post that to her wall as well as in the team page. So in the team page, I'm going to put up the collage and just simply say, hey team, help me welcome Sarah to this crazy wrap business. Everyone give her one piece of advice or one encouraging word or whatever it is that you want to write in there. And then on her wall, I will put that collage on her Facebook or her Instagram and say, you know, hey, welcoming Sarah to this crazy wrap business. She's got wraps that are going to tone up bellies and she's going to change some lives. And it's just kind of announcing her business. And then I usually advise that distributor to save that picture so that they can use that for the future as a reference for collaging their first distributor. Next, we've got picture and story on the website. So when you have your distributor log into their eSuite for the first time, they will obviously need to fill out the tax forms. And that we didn't put the tax forms on here because in order to get to the picture and story on the website, they need to actually be able to fill out their tax form ahead of time. So get them on their eSuite and get them into their settings and then website, and have them put up their own individualized picture and then a short story to put onto their website. And you can have them do that straight from there, make sure that they save it. And because it's so important when they get their first customer, how I always work it when I have a customer that's enrolling themselves online is I say, do you see my picture and phone number in the upper right-hand corner? I'll even send them a screenshot of it to make sure that that customer or distributor is enrolling on my site and not through the global site. So it's important that they get their picture and a short story. And again, that can be accessed through the eSuite, through settings, then website, and then edit. And it's at the very, very bottom. Next is the resource guide. Now, we are actually working on making these right now for our team. The resource guide is going to be your basics. So you're going to have myitworksevents.com, myitworks product coach, eSuite, pay portal, the myitworks store, anything that you could think of as a resource guide. For our team, we're going to include our YouTube channel, as well as It Works Global YouTube channel, and a few other things that we seem to use on a regular basis. Again, I will be making that, and I can put that out to everyone as well. You might want to change it a little bit to fit and suit your needs or your team. So I'm just going to make sure that they have that resource guide. Next, I want to make sure that they have a lanyard. So when you sign up a new distributor, they are so scared to blitz. Most new distributors are going to be afraid to talk to strangers. So having that lanyard on is really going to help them to have something on that's green or has green on it to catch the eye. And it's going to be that laminated coupon. So people are going to see it and naturally start asking them to help break the ice. I like to hook my new distributor up with a lanyard. If they're not local, I will usually mail them out one. You don't have to do that. You can advise them to go down to the office supply store, get themselves a $2 lanyard and a $1 laminated Blitz card. It's just something I do for my new distributors. It costs me about $3 total at most, and it really does help them to sell wraps on the fly. Next, you want to make sure that you invite them to their first OTOM by looking on the My It Works events calendar and finding one near them, or the next local training or training outside of the area. Most of you have access to your triples or presidential diamonds or even diamonds to find out if there's any local trainings going on in your area, as well as finding out local trainings that are going on outside the area. Some of you are going to be on some of the other pages on Facebook as diamonds that will show you when other trainings are happening. Kind of go through the grapevine. If you can't find any local trainings for your distributor, start encouraging them to start their own. Even if they get their very first distributor, the training should be something like going through your DT's first 30 days. And OTOMs are happening all the time, as well as It Works Use, so there should be something that you can get them to. Next is going to be the other sheet that we have made up, which is the daily activity tracker. I will show you what that looks like here in just a second. If you are subscribed to our tonetightfirm.com/training, you will automatically get that daily activity tracker, as well as a leads to LC sheet that we use to keep track of our potentials. In our team, daily activity tracker is law. So the reason that this is probably one of the most important things on this page is because when you get a new distributor that says, I've talked to everyone, or I'm working so hard, and you look through their daily activity tracker with them and you see that they've been doing nothing, it tells you that they're really not doing anything and what areas you need to help them with. Let's say that they've got all the checks by posting on Facebook, but they haven't invited anyone to your team's online parties. Then you know what the issue is. So very important that you get them that daily activity tracker, and you can either go over it with them or have them watch the YouTube video that we made on the daily activity tracker to save you a little bit of time. Next is watched training videos. So myitworkstraining.com, that is going to be all of your new DT's training videos. It has everything in there for how they can access the eSuite, to what's in the eSuite, to how to access a customer, to every product you can imagine. What's the steps to success, compliance, managing your business. I know a lot of new DTs do not watch the training videos. I will be totally honest, when we started, we didn't. I didn't even know they existed. Not to mention, when we started, the eSuite was very laggy because it was a whole system ago. So it was really hard to watch those videos. But now they run smoothly. They're great. They've got a ton of information. And when I have a distributor that says, oh, I don't know how to log into my eSuite, well, that tells me that they haven't watched their training videos. If I get a distributor that says, what is defining gel for? I know they haven't watched their training videos. So I'm going to say eSuite, training videos, or just go to myitworkstraining.com, look up products, defining gel. You know, and the more you get to know that those training videos, the easier it's going to make your job, because you're not going to have to reinvent the wheel consistently trying to answer the same questions over and over again. Just send them a video that It Works has made. It Works makes us everything that we need to run this business. Next, we've got the 100-day social media. So we encourage all of our new distributors to sign up for the 100-day social media adventure. It's still only $49 through June, so it's only a couple days left, and then it goes up to $100, I think. But even at $100, it is the best $100 that your distributor will ever spend. Now, if they can't afford it, I understand, but if they can, encourage them to get this, because it's going to teach them from the fabulous, wonderful, amazing John Eric Mosler that we all love so much on how to run their Facebook, their Instagram, their Twitter, how to be thoughtful. You know, I look back a year ago at the posts that I did, even a year into the business, and they sounded so silly compared to how they sound now. And that's all because of John Eric and that 100-day social media. Next, we've got apps downloaded. So these are the apps that we really use the most as distributors on our team. So we've got Moldiv, which we're going to be using for their collage, for their welcome. We've got Instagram. Now, if you have a brand new distributor, you do not need to get them on Instagram right away. You can get them, have them at least set up an account, but they don't even need to work it at the beginning, unless their excuse to you is, I just don't have time to go meet new people, or I don't have anyone on my Facebook, or I don't know anybody. That might be a good time to pursue Instagram. And we've got some great YouTube training videos on our youtube.com/ToneTightFirm, or Tone Tight and Firm. There's some wonderful videos on there, as well as Jade Hooper does some great Instagram training as well, but it's not necessary. Next is Crowdfire. Crowdfire is just an additional app that you can use along with your Instagram. It allows you to follow and unfollow people and copy followers to gain people on your Instagram quicker. Next, we've got My It Works Pay, because every distributor that signs up to do this crazy wrap thing, I'm assuming, would like to get paid. So we've got the My It Works Pay, and that is an app that they can download out of their Apple Store or Play Store. The It Works app as well, obviously, we want to get that. And that's going to be so that they can see what their volumes are. If they've got their customers, they can enroll customers on the fly, and that's in the App Store. I believe the My It Works Pay is in the App Store. I may be wrong about that. It's been so long since I downloaded it. That's funny. Next is Periscope. So Periscope is kind of the new thing that everyone's doing. It is a way for you to basically have your own television channel and gain followers through that. The reason I'm going to encourage new distributors to have Periscope is for two reasons. First of all, we do a ton of our trainings, and so do other leaders, through Periscope. So your distributors can get trainings pretty much all day. If they follow some of the top dogs like Joel and Stephanie Dunn, if they follow John Eric Mosler, Pam Souter, Mark Pentecost, Mike Patillo, have them follow Lisa K. Fuller, they can follow myself, Susan Wade. There is a ton of people out there on Periscope that are It Works leaders. And if you don't know who those people are, open up your magazine that came with your kit and look through there and just start following those people, because those are the people that are going to be doing trainings on Periscope. Next, we've got Square Up. So Square Up is an app that you use along with a little Square reader for people to be able to get wrap sales on the fly. So if you're selling wrap for $25 and someone doesn't have any money with them, they can use a card. Now, there are a million other kind of card readers out there. We just use Square because they'll send you the card reader for free. It's free to set up. There's no monthly fees, and it's only about 70 cents of a charge for each wrap sale you have. There's, like I said, there's a million other apps you can use for that. That's just the one that I use. Next, we've got the all-important hundreds list. So as you will notice, we've got the hundreds list broken up into sets of 25. Writing down 100 people at a time can be kind of daunting for people. What I have started encouraging people to do, because people will say, well, I don't think I even know 100 people. which is valid. 100 people off the top of your head is tough. So what I encourage them to do is I say, pretend it's not a hundreds list, pretend it's a list of people you're inviting to your wedding. Because everyone can come up with 100 people that they'd like to invite to their wedding. And most likely it's going to have their immediate warm market on there, which are the best people for them to utilize as customers in the beginning, because they can use the whole angle of, you know, hey, it's my new business. I really need my first customer. Can you support me? So I have them do 25 of them. And then we kind of go over how to talk to people. You know, Pam Souter's got some great scripts. That's a great time for you to do a little bit of role playing with your distributor and have them start connecting with people or doing three-way calls with you or three-way calls with an upline. That's a great time for you to figure out what their hangups are going to be. Are they going to be someone that over explains or under explains? Are they going to over or under promise or deliver? Are they speaking too quickly? Are they trying to discredit the product by giving everything away for free? So it's going to tell you a lot of different things about them. And I have them do a set of 25, and then we start connecting with them. And then while we're doing that, I have them do another set of 25. Now, a lot of distributors, when you say, hey, just write down 100 people you'd invite to your wedding, oh man, they'll bust out that 100 all at once, and that makes it even easier. But at least it's broken into 25s for those people that are a little wary of doing that. Next, we've got LCs. So right here, we've got our area for enrolling loyal customers. So we each know that our new distributors want to shoot for 4 loyal customers in their first 30 days. So you're going to write down the customer's name, and most importantly, you're going to write down if it was someone that you placed or if it was someone that they placed. Because if you placed that customer, you should be taking care of them. They should be going on your steps to success. But it also tells you if you've enrolled someone that, you know, you're like, hey girl, congratulations, you got 4 loyal customers today. And you realize that it's all people that you placed there. You know, you might want to handle that a little differently than if they get their 4, you know, all on their own, all at once. And it'll just help you to keep track of kind of how many people that they've enrolled and how many people you've helped them with as well. Then we've got product credit. So if they got those 4 loyal customers in their first 30 days, you'll be able to check that yes or no. And if the answer is yes, then do a little bit of recognition. So we use, again, that Moldiv app. And we make a little 4 LCs. You did it, girl. I'm so proud of you. Or guy, you did it. Great job. Amazing. Awesome. Wonderful. And I post that on their page as well as the team page so they can get some shout outs. And so that is a check mark for you if you've collaged it and posted it. Then we've got DTs down here. Now, the reason that we have 5 distributors down here rather than just the 3 on the steps to success is because we know that it takes at least 5 distributors for them to push for that Ruby. Now, they may not get all 5 of those people placed in their first 30 days, and that's okay. But this, again, is going to tell you how many people they got in their first 30 days, whether it was someone you placed or someone they placed. And if all 5 of those names are filled out, you know, you can even use this chart beyond their first 30 days. I'm not saying that you have to stop using this at their first 30 days. These are just the things you want to make sure you go over. So if they're 60 days in and they finally signed up their cousin down here, then you can put that on there and you'll know that they have their 5 set up for Ruby. This will really help you to keep track of how quickly your distributor is going. Next, we've got a little kind of mock Ruby collage down here at the bottom. You can see that this is you. This is not you. This is your distributor, obviously, that you just signed up. And then we've got the executive position, and then we've got the 4 qualified legs. Now, this person here does not have to have 400 GV. They do need to be commission qualified, as well as your distributor needs to be commission qualified in order for them to count as a Ruby. But I still have that 400 there because we should be encouraging each and every distributor on our downline to be shooting for that 400 GV, because that's their goal. That's their goal so that they can, you know, maximize their paycheck. That's also the goal so that they can be counted as a qualified leg for you. I know a lot of people get leery about telling their distributors that they're counting on them, And that's kind of silly to me because, you know, this is network marketing and we are better together. And the whole point of this is to enroll people and help them to achieve their goals, and in turn helps you out as well. This is not charity marketing, ha ha ha, pun on name. This is network marketing. So we're not looking to gingerly walk on eggshells telling people, hey, you know what? I want to make sure that you get to 400 this month so you can be a qualified leg. You get in the 400 PBV club, which is an awesome elite club you can get to on Facebook, as well as some recognition. But also I can count you in my organization as a qualified leg, so that I know that you're moving forward as quickly as I am. So tell them that you're counting on them. And then obviously you just would want to check off, did they get their 2 loyal customers? Did they get their 4 loyal customers? And did they get 400? Now down here at the bottom, and again, this will probably not get done in the first 30 days. If it does, holy cannolis, that's amazing. If it doesn't get done in the first 30 days, keep this sheet around because it'll tell you kind of what they're doing and whether or not they're going to be qualified to get that ruby. Next, we've got their launch party date. So you're going to want to write down the date of their launch party, and then you guys are going to want to do some practicing. Practice the party pad, practice talking about the products either in person or, you know, via the internet or phone or whatever you want to use. But get that party date down, get that Facebook event created, and teach them how to invite people. Inviting 300 Facebook friends and not personally inviting everyone is not inviting people. What inviting people is calling up and saying, hey girl, I just started this crazy new business. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I would really appreciate the support. You've always been such an intricate part of my life, and I've always really, really valued your opinion. So I would love for you to come and tell me what you think. Would that be something you're willing to do? That's what I have my new distributors do. To talk to people for their launch party date, and make them commit to a launch party date no further than 2 weeks from when they sign up. Otherwise, they're going to lose momentum. And I don't care if there's one person that shows up to that launch party, that is still a launch party. You need to either be there or have the distributor you place them under be there, or just at least be with them before the party by phone to root them on and encourage them and go over any last minute details. Next is the online party date. Not everyone's teams do this. Our team, Bling It On, does online parties. We do them, Justin and I host them every single week. And what we do is we have our new distributors put their Facebook friends by thoughtfully inviting them into this online party. And we make that basically their online party launch. Their customers, potential customers and distributors are going to get to see all about the products, all about the business side. They're going to get to see all of the different products there are and the excitement and all the people that are in the party. If your team doesn't do online parties, then start doing online parties. You know, you can be the start of your huge, gigantic team. We kind of are for ourselves. So, you know, these are things that we've put together to make your life easier. But, you know, if you have to create that yourself and do an online party yourself, then do that. Actually, next week, Millionaire School is going to be on how to do an online party. So I hope that this chart makes sense here. I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen share. Hello, I'm back. So what you would do is you would just simply, you know, print this out. Again, you're going to have access to this today, and start a little binder with all of your new distributors' information. So when I go to sign a new distributor, if it's in person, I'm going to bring these things with me. If I'm doing it over the phone or Google Hangouts or Skype or whatever, then I like to just mail them out a few things. I will show you what I send to my new distributors. You know, a lot of people make these huge, elaborate, crazy packets they're thick with binders and all sorts of stuff. And that's just too much, you guys. Keep it simple. This is a business about being duplicatable. And most people can't afford to or have the time to make lots of things for people. So I make sure that I have got this for myself. Then I print out one daily checklist, and then I make sure that they're going to have access to future ones. And again, you can look at our video that's on our YouTube on how to utilize this. And if you're on our email list, which again is tone tight tightenfirm.com/training, then you'll be able to get this. So I make sure that they've got one of those. I make sure that they have a steps to success. So important that they understand how that works. I make sure that they have the resource guide, which we're currently making a new one right now because there's been updates and stuff, but you can always just write down the 4 resources that you want them to have or whatnot. I make sure that they have a 100th list so they can start that 25. And then I go one step further and I actually get them a little lanyard. I just, laminate this. I bought a laminator at Costco for $15. And this right here costs me about 40 cents, maybe at the most, to do this. And then I actually put a lanyard on here. If you don't have one or you can't get one to them, just have them pick one up at their local supply store or whatnot. So that is the total of everything right there. If I've got a few extra catalogs, I'll pop in a catalog. But honestly, they don't need much else. If they really express to me that they want to go Ruby, you can always put in a Ruby chart in there. I mail that. All of that to mail costs me about $1.30. So total for signing up a new distributor for me is about $3.50 to $4, which if I have to help someone out with $4 to help them build their business, I do. Now, if you're a new distributor and you're saying, well, I don't have that stuff and I can't afford to send that yet, that's okay. They can access all of that stuff through our emailing system and through their eSuite. So it's not something that you have to send them. I just like to do that with a little personalized welcome letter. So let's see if we've got any questions here. I'm going to look here. If anyone has any questions, feel free to type them into the YouTube chat option here. If not, then we will go ahead and wrap this up. So I want to thank each and every one of you for attending Millionaire School today, the DT in your first 30 days checklist edition. I want to remind you to subscribe to our YouTube. So that is youtube.com/tone-tight-and-firm. Or you can also find it Tone Tight and Firm with Charity and Justin. Subscribe to that. Encourage your distributors to subscribe to that as well, because that's how we run our Millionaire School through and all the other videos that we do. Make sure you subscribe to any and all of these lists. And again, once again, that is www.tonetightfirm.com/training. And follow me on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook as Charity Ellison to get information on when we do these Millionaire Schools and all the other things that we like to do to help you build your business. Now, next weekend is 4th of July, so we won't be doing a Millionaire School that weekend in honor of 4th of July. But we will be doing it the weekend after, and that will be going over online parties. And I believe that is July 11th. We will be doing another Millionaire School, same bat time, same bat channel. So I hope you guys had an amazing time today. And I just want to remind each and every one of you that we believe in you, and the only way to fail is to quit.